All right, I'm Nick. So today's the last day of the year. Hadn't made a video in 2 or 3 days. Won't lie, kind of a little bit burnt out on shooting that Kimber Mako R7. Not really the biggest fan. Uh, really burnt out on shooting that Ruger RXM, so don't really want to mess with it. Those are two purchases at the end of the year that I can't say I'm thrilled about, all right? But it is what it is. I wanted to take a minute, and I wanted to talk about my favorite pistol of 2024, and that is the Bodyguard 2.0 by Smith & Wesson. It is a 380. Now, this is a gun I bought, and I did not think that I would like it at all. My initial assumption was I don't really care about 380. I'm not the biggest fan. Most of the guns are unreliable, and this gun does have a few problems to talk about in a minute, okay? But it surprised me the most, and that's why it's my favorite gun in 2024. Shot a lot of different pistols, 9mm, all kinds of stuff, all right? And there really wasn't that much change in the 9mm market. They pretty much took guns, they added comps to them, they put crazy slide serrations on guns, but they didn't really improve the 9mm market, in my opinion. However, this gun definitely improved the 380 market, okay? Fully loaded with a holster. It's 18 ounces. It carries and conceals very well. They do make it with a safety version. This is not that version. I chose to get it without the safety. It shoots really well. Out of the box, I thought it shot a little low. I think that was just my grip, but it does shoot great. We've been able to shoot a ton of different ammo through it. We did do a whole playlist on this gun. There's a whole entire series on this gun on the channel. This video is also in that playlist. We shot defensive ammo through it. We put a bunch of Fiocchi through it. And out of the box, we did have some magazine issues. From what I've gathered, the easiest fix for that is to take the spring out of there and snip a little 1/16 of an inch off of there. I haven't done it yet. And I still, after 500 rounds, I still can't put 12 rounds in this 12-round magazine. It is what it is. I carry it with 11. That's it. So 10 plus 1 realistically for me. But since those initial malfunctions that were all magazine related, we haven't had any issues, okay? We got some more rounds over here. We're going to load them up. There are people who have mentioned parts about the feed ramp being 2 parts and how they've taken it apart and polished it. That way they have had more reliable feeding or, no failure to feeds. We didn't have any failure to feeds. We didn't have any issues like that. Now, they are guns, so it's a one of one. It's one. I only have one of them. Whatever happens, I do have a good friend of mine who bought one, lives up the road from us, and he didn't have any issues with his either. But you do hear about the horror stories. You typically don't hear about the issues or the non-issues, right? If people are saying they have problems, there could be 10 other people who didn't have problems. You just hear about the problems more than you hear about the success because most people don't go on YouTube and complain. Our goal in the last 6 months has really just been to buy guns, shoot the guns, and point out the issues that we've had. And when we point out those issues, I'm not complaining about it. The first video we made about this, everyone said that I was just complaining and I hated it and I didn't like 380 or I didn't like Smith & Wesson. And it really is just people who go to the comment section and run their mouths with doing no research and they have no idea what they're talking about. That's 10. We're going to call 10 good. We really have had the magazine issue is probably the largest issue we've had with the gun in my experience. We haven't had any kind of feeding issues, and if we will drop the slide, you guys can see it. It goes in without any issues. Anytime that we have the magazine fully loaded and there's too much tension, we do have a problem dropping the slide, okay? That's a magazine issue. I think that Smith & Wesson, and this is just my ignorant opinion, they should have released this gun and said, hey, it's 11 plus 1. I don't think they should have been like, hey, it's a 12-round magazine. They should have called it an 11-round magazine, and then they would have got rid of a lot of problems. I think we just have a gun industry war on how much ammo can you shove into the smallest magazine, okay? It's just my opinion. This gun, we'll say it's my favorite of 2024. However, it really is probably the gun that surprised me the most, okay? Look how tiny that stupid little thing is. It disappears in your hand. It disappears in your pocket. I know people who carry with a pocket holster and they just put it in their pocket and it's there if they ever needed it. Maybe they go jogging or maybe they just don't like the idea of carrying a holster or a full-size gun. That's understandable. This thing disappears, okay? I carried this gun for 2 to 3 weeks. I carried it more than that, but I carried it over a 2 to 3 week period where I carried it on every hog hunting or every scouting trip I went on in the local forest. And the reason I carried it is because this disappeared. Now, I didn't carry it because I was worried about the hogs attacking me. I carried it in case I came back to my car and someone was trying, someone broke into my truck or something, okay? I wasn't carrying it to shoot the hogs. I wasn't carrying it for anything running around the woods. I'm sure it would do the job, but I was really carrying it for those two-legged critters that cause problems sometimes, okay? And I think it's more than enough for that. I talked about it before. I've never been shot by 380 or anything for that matter, but I don't want to be shot by 380. And if someone pulled this gun out and pointed it at me, I would not be in a good place. I would be terrified. Let's be real here, okay? It's a little muddy over here, so we got quite a bit of water. Had a little flooding out here, so we're kind of just standing in the corner. But definitely my favorite gun of 2024, no questions about it. I think out of the 3 guns Smith & Wesson released in the time period of this, which was the Metal Carry comp and the Shield Plus comp, I think this is by far the best gun. It has the best serrations compared to the other 2, and it really improved the 380 market. I don't think the other 9mm really improved the 380 market like this did, or improved the 9mm market. Can't talk. It improved the 380 market, okay? And that's why it's my favorite gun of the year. It actually took a step forward. It made the 380 market better. It provided competition, and it's a fine pistol. Shoots fantastic. I will say one of the biggest complaints out of the box too was how big this U-notch back here. That rear sight, here, let's drop the slide. That rear sight is, that area is huge, but it's a self-defense pistol. The idea is you could pull the gun and, that tree is 5 yards from me right there. You could pull it and bam, you shot the tree. That is a 12-inch target. We are a little over 10 yards from it. We did not miss. That is the same size as a human chest. So from, we'll say 12 yards, we just were able to shoot who knows how many rounds into the chest. No issues. I did not spend a lot of time aiming. I just pointed it, found the dot, pulled the trigger. Some people were upset about that, saying that you couldn't really aim with it. It's not for aiming. It's for pulling and presenting and making yourself safe, okay? Move backwards, get away from situations, stuff like that. I think it does a great job at that. So I'm a really big fan. And I figured we'd close out the year talking about that. And then tomorrow, next day, we'll go back to just making videos where we just pull guns out, put 1,000 rounds through them and see how they do, okay? Oh, did you see that? Fail. I don't know what happened. Guess it wasn't always locked in that slide stop. But fine little pistol. I like it. I do not plan on getting rid of this thing. Disappears in that Foundry holster right there. I'm a huge fan, okay? So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.